In 1 week, I'll be in the Amazon jungle at an ayahuasca retreat for 11 days. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you what I'm doing to prepare for my journey. Now, if you're curious to know how to properly prepare for an ayahuasca experience, then keep on watching. Now, this is not my first time doing ayahuasca, which is what actually inspired me to create this video. I wish I knew the importance of the things I'm about to share with you. So think of an ayahuasca experience like any other sacred relationship. You treat it with respect. Essentially, you're asking this plant medicine to energetically cleanse your body and work with you. So I'm a strong believer that your experience with ayahuasca actually happens the moment you decide to commit to working with her. So that could actually mean paying for your deposit, literally committing to it, which also means that prior to the experience is as important as the experience itself. Okay, so the ayahuasca diet is an Amazonian diet that really helps your mind and body prepare for the spiritual and healing journey that ayahuasca retreats and ceremonies provide. Now, this diet really involves consuming mostly plant-based, flavorless foods and abstaining from red meats, processed foods, alcohol, and drugs that people often seek comfort in during difficult or stressful times. And really the logic behind all of this abstinence is that following such a restrictive diet really forces the individual to face their innermost feelings rather than masking them with food or perhaps escapism, such as spending too much time on social media, watching television, or even turning to substances such as drugs, sex, and alcohol. So really this prep time before you meet ayahuasca is so important because essentially it's already working, right? You're building this relationship with her even before meeting with her, which is really, really important. So here is what I couldn't eat 2 weeks before the ceremony. So no pork, no spicy foods, and no drugs such as like marijuana, alcohol. That's 2 weeks before the ceremony. Now, 1 week before the ceremony, which is where I'm at right now, so I'm 1 week in before I travel to Peru, the diet gets much more stricter, much more focused. And that is no refined sugars, no red meat, no junk food of any kind, like basically no processed foods, no salt and pepper, no cooking with any type of oil. So they say that if you were to use oil, it has to be very light and you're using like coconut oil. But ideally, you don't want to cook with any types of oil. No animal fats or lard. No carbonated and or fermented drinks. So that includes like diet sodas, energy drinks, non-alcoholic beer, kombucha, all of that is under the non-carbonated and fermented drinks. And that also includes no dairy products, no fermented foods. So even kimchi and like yogurt or like pickles are all under fermented foods, and that's a big no-no. And then finally, I think what most people would probably struggle with is no caffeine, so no coffee and other stimulants. So even like tea, I love to drink tea, like matcha tea, green tea. So that's also something that I have to cut off. So this week has been like pretty tough for me. I feel like I'm mustering all of my energy just to create this video. So it's really an offering for Mother Aya, but it's also a way to self-discipline yourself. And I definitely feel like it's a commitment that I've made for myself. So as you can see, it's a pretty strict diet. So on a physical level, ayahuasca travels through all your body and identifies what needs to be released, right? Which is also why she has the nickname La Purga, comes from this, basically the idea that you're purging and it's really important that your diet is clean. So an example is, for my case, I'm doing 5 ayahuasca ceremonies. And basically during those 5 ayahuasca ceremonies, you're getting clearer and clearer each time. Now, let's just say that if you don't follow this ayahuasca diet, there's a higher chance that you'll be spending part of the retreat just purging all of the toxins and energies that's attached to your body. And purging is not fun. Either way, it's gonna happen. But let's just say if you follow this diet and you're really dedicated to it, then perhaps you're going to really get to the core root of why you're there much faster. And ayahuasca is really able to work with you on that level rather than spending all of that time trying to clear out all of this stuff, right? All of these toxins or all of these buildup that has been built up in your body for so many years. Okay, so we talked about all the things that you can't eat. Well, I want to share with you the things that you can eat, right? So, for instance, the proteins that you can eat are eggs, organic free-range chicken, wild-caught mild fish. So that's like snapper, trout, halibut, sole. Also, lentils and beans are good sources of proteins on an ayahuasca diet. So the grains that you can eat are brown rice, lentils, quinoa, gluten-free pasta, whole wheat, spelt, all of that stuff. Veggies, basically you can eat all vegetables except onions, garlics, and leeks. And I really think it's because onions and garlics have such a potency to it that whole idea is that you're supposed to be as bland as possible. Next is fruits. So fruits you can eat, you can have berries, can have grapes, bananas, peaches, apricots, apples, pears, and then you can also have raw nuts. So all nuts except basically peanuts, raw hemp seeds. You want to try to avoid chia seeds, and then any type of nut butter because it does have fat and oil in it. And then finally, in terms of beverages, you can have coconut water, you can have water, as well as like a nut milk. And what I like to do is that I like to soak the almond myself or make my own nut milk. I know that's like quite a lot, but I noticed that even in stores, when you look at the nut milk, the ingredients, there's a lot of other processed things and chemicals that they put into nut milk that you want to be aware of. So essentially what I did to really help myself out was that I actually used ChatGPT to help me create meal plans and a grocery list for my ayahuasca week, or like that preparation week. And it was really great because it saved me a ton of time. And what's really cool is that when you ask ChatGPT the right questions, it literally spits out the whole menu for you for the week. And again, I think the key is asking it the right questions. And then if you want, you can also ask ChatGPT to give you a grocery list as well. So what we like to do to keep things simple is that we cook dinner, because that's actually when we're done with work and we have time to cook dinner. And then we cook enough for the next day so that for lunch, we could just quickly, either heat it up a little bit and eat it. So that way we don't have to spend lunchtime cooking our meals. So we actually visited a friend of ours to hear his ayahuasca experience this week, and he really suggested something that we didn't even think about, and that was breathing exercises. So proper breathing exercises can really help you navigate your ayahuasca experience much more smoothly, allowing for deeper introspection and relaxation. Plus, it could really help anchor you when you're feeling scared or nervous or anxious during that time or during that experience. So what I did was that every day this week, I would take breaks in between my work time, and I set a timer for 10 minutes and focused on box breathing. So you're gonna sit or lay in a relaxed position and close your eyes. I prefer to lay down because obviously I'll be laying down during my entire ayahuasca experience. And what you're gonna do is that you're gonna inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4. After you do that, you're going to hold the breath for a count of 4 again. And after 4 counts, you're going to exhale slowly and completely through your nose for another count of 4. You hold your breath again for a count of 4. And you repeat this cycle of inhaling, holding, exhaling, and holding for several rounds, maintaining a steady and equal count for each phase. So I like to do it for 10 minutes. Like I said, I set a timer. I just really focus on breathing. That's my primary focus for 10 minutes. And it really helps relaxes me and anchors me into my intention, which is what I'm going to be talking about next. So setting intentions before an ayahuasca ceremony is super duper important part of the process. It's probably like the most important part because it really helps guide your experience. And after all, why did you commit to doing ayahuasca, right? Or maybe you're thinking about doing it, but there has to be a reason why, right? And what are you trying to get out of it, right? What's the experience? trying to teach you. There's a reason why you decided to commit to this process. So having that intention and being grounded and rooted and anchored in that intention is really important. And what I've done is that I started asking myself these reflective questions. I journaled on them this week to really get clear on what my intentions were. Because the truth is that sometimes intentions are not very upfront, or it's not so clear to me. And I don't know about you, but journaling has really helped me get clear on a lot of things. So here are 5 different journal prompts that I would really encourage you to try out. So the first one is, what area of my life or aspects of myself do I feel called to explore and heal through the ayahuasca experience? So you can reflect on different dimensions of your life, like such as your relationships, your emotions, your past traumas, your patterns, your spiritual growth. You can really identify specific areas that you feel really drawn to work on or seek some kind of deeper understanding. Okay. Second journal prompt is, what emotional or psychological challenges do I currently face that I really believe ayahuasca can help me with? So this is a really good time for you to journal on or explore current emotional and psychological landscape. So are there any reoccurring patterns, fears, or even anxieties that you feel ayahuasca can really support you in? This can also be unresolved traumas, something that you feel like maybe you know is there, but you haven't looked at. So you want to be honest with yourself about your internal struggles, something that has been really weighing you down, and your desires for healing. Third journaling prompt is, what specific questions or intentions do I have for gaining clarity or guidance during the ayahuasca journey? So you can consider maybe the questions that have been really lingering in your mind, or the areas where you want to seek more clarity and guidance. So this can be like life purpose, relationship dynamics, personal growth, but basically you want to really formulate specific and meaningful questions that you hope to explore or maybe receive insights during the ceremony. And then number 4, what personal qualities or aspects of yourself or myself do I want to cultivate or develop through this ayahuasca experience? Now, this is a fun one because this is where you can really reflect on the qualities of yourself that you feel really called to step into, develop, or strengthen. So qualities like self-love, confidence, compassion, authenticity, right? Spiritual connection. These are all qualities that you see yourself wanting to step into. And it's really fun to kind of play the what if game in this scenario, because consider how ayahuasca can really show you your deepest power and can potentially support you in embodying these qualities. And then finally, the 5th one is, how do I envision my life transforming or shifting after my ayahuasca experience? So during this journaling prompt, I really want you to visualize the desired outcomes and shifts that you hope to see in your life following your ayahuasca ceremony. This is going to be a big one too, because integration is huge after such a huge experience, right? What changes do you want to manifest in your relationships? What does your mindset look like, your well-being, your overall life path? So you want to reflect on these possibilities and the steps that you need to take to align with those changes. So remember that you want to approach these questions with a sense of curiosity, a sense of openness, and really a willingness to embrace the insights and the healing that ayahuasca may offer to you, right? So really take that time to reflect and journal on your responses, right? Allow yourself to go deep. And what I like to do is write with a piece of paper and pen, and then just allow yourself to free write, because when you're free writing, it really is your subconscious taking the wheel rather than your conscious mind trying to like force yourself to think of something. So just allow yourself to write whatever it is that comes out without having to be right about anything. This is just a time to reflect. So there you have it. As you embark on your journey, remember that preparing plays a crucial role in maximizing the transformative potential of this sacred medicine. So basically, by following a healthy diet, practicing breathing exercises, setting very clear intentions, you can create a supportive foundation for your ayahuasca experience. So I hope this video has provided you with valuable insights and guidance. Remember to always approach ayahuasca with a lot of respect, reverence, and under the guidance of experienced facilitators. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it valuable to you, please hit the like button and subscribe. And may your journey be filled with profound growth and healing. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.